see. I think the UI changed for YouTube. Weird. Okay. It's going to take some time getting used to that, but that's okay. Just going to do a little set design tonight. Just kind of working on a project here. Something in the meantime, I'm writing a script. Getting pretty far in it today. For example, I don't want to show the screenplay, but I'm pretty far into the draft. So this is one of my sets here. Using some assets from Unreal Engine and all that, so we'll have to kind of get the lighting all taken care of, but it's off to a pretty good start. The second one I did the sun stream as well. It's this one here. But tonight, I'm just gonna work on. Let's see how far I'm gonna get. Just do this for now. I have a landscape here. We have material as well, so yeah. So let's see what we have. Apparently we can actually change material and everything. But okay. This is something I got from, I think, a Humble Bundle or something a while back. So I think this can work just fine here. Yeah, that'll work. We'll get the lighting all taken care of. That's not too bad. I also saw something not too long ago. Where is it? It's like board or something. It's a board. Yeah, there it is. Something like this. Oh man. I don't. There we go. Just like this here. Yeah, something at the end. But we can have. Okay, that's a little odd, but that's all right. So for landscape, the paint, I have Brushify, so I'll be working with that. Just work with mud. Just kind of paint it just like this, And not only that, but I can also do puddles. Alright, so just go through here. Our grass, might just do grass here, just like that. And just kind of work one at a time. What I can do is, as I kind of go along, I thought they had decals somewhere for this one. They do. Okay, good. I would like to make it a little bit smaller, but go like 50. That could work pretty well. Some couple of things here and there. Let's see. No water, what's that? Oh, that's just a sign. Now, dead grass. That is a decal too. Interesting. So that would be under like decal here. All right. But in the meantime, let's see what else we have. Kind of makes sense probably here. And let's also get the landscape going. Get this painted under mud. Just kind of do that here. Puddles. Maybe just a little bit of mud here. Eventually I'll probably make some. What? Oh, fuck. Okay, so there is a little bit of a blend here. Hopefully. Okay. I'm just kind of curious. Doesn't have what I'm looking for, but I'll tell you what, we can just delete this landscape and try again. You know, just like that, paint it. Oh, and then a little bit of mud. Can I actually overwrite it just in case? Yep. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. You know, and then more mud. Oh, just some grass here. Probably grass dry. See how that looks. It's doing the little shader thing, so yeah, it might have caused a little bit of trouble, but that's okay. If I have to log out of it or quit, so be it. But hope not. I'll be patient. Yeah, it's saving, so. Okay. Probably had to do that's weird. Interesting. Let's try this here. Just like that. Give that a go. Probably have to remove some procedures here. Now, there's a couple things I'm thinking about. Probably have something like this sink right into it. Maybe some old boards or something. I don't know. Probably not. See if I can get like a towel foot autograph line in. Yeah, that looks good. I'm thinking. The foliage and see how that looks. Let's try this. Do a single. No, not really. I think that's fine as it is. See, props. Looking there, right? They're like a coffin. Great stacks. Could do something like this here. Coffin. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do just fine. But we all got the stuff to work with here. Firewood. Oops. a fence. So we'll see what it looks like. Like something like this up here. And with that, just go to back to landscape. The grass and something like this up here. Maybe just mud here, so it kind of hides it. Do like maybe some grass here. And then remove procedural. Yeah, that'll do. Let's see. Water tower, rails. Stick of lumber. Tension wall. Barn door. They have one of those. They have to have one of those. Let's see. Probably make like the size of it and have it kind of line up here. We'll see. Probably something like this here. Books, boots, crate stacks. Like that here. Ah, there it is. I like this a bit more. Maybe like a trough or something. That can work. Ooh, yeah, I gotta add one of these. Like a trough and maybe like a windmill or eventually a couple places. Bell. Add a post or something. Of course, you know, see what time. Something dramatic. You get, you know, have to find out what your lighting's like. And then you know, can definitely get away with stuff like this. Or what I like to do is, let's go to Nordic. Let's find like a small fur. Put that under single. Oops. Maybe something like this here. Like that. You know, and then when you do more landscape. That'll work. And then more landscape grass. Probably just increase this. That, but also I might do sculpt. Increase this tool strength here. You know, personally, I don't like to film like edge of the set, stuff like that. So let's see what that looks like here. And then, yeah, something like this here. Back to landscape. You know, just this. I'll smooth that out a bit. Yeah. And this foliage. Click on this. It's going to go here and do that. And then, you know, we can go with larger pine. Aspen maybe. Okay. Let's see. It's starting to come together pretty well. You know, it's like this. And then, whoops. So it's red pine. That's why I wanted to check that. So just like that. Then probably make more here. So, you know, the set, I don't want it to be like endless, but I just want to be in a small area so I can start filming. So this kind of gives me a rough idea what to work with. I can do, I can add more stuff here. Bench. I'm thinking like something like this here. This can work. And once we put the camera in, courthouse or something. Thinking like has to be like a sheriff or something. Sheriff. There you are. Probably something small here. Throw that in. Right through here. Kind of make a thinking like just probably something like this size here. It's not going to be too big. Kind of small, compact, you know. I mean, I can add a lot more detail. So I do want to do some decal work here. So add in something like this up here. And see two houses. Probably throw that one in here. And probably one at the end. I'll probably have like a fence or something. Something like that here. And one house there. Another here. Kind of the same approach. There. I'm thinking probably next time would have like railroad tracks or something. About to do another one. I'm actually adding two towns, maybe one larger, and one's gonna be larger than this one. Then I can be a lot more creative with the set design here. I just wanted something small, like a little village. So let's begin with the landscape. Paint. Let's do for puddles. Let's do 250. Path like this. Actually, I think path like that there. Anything else could be like grass, except for the perimeter of the building, which we'll just do here. Whoop. Yeah, something like that here. And then like 50. For the exterior, like this. We'll do grass here. Gotta tighten up this. There we go. Do like a fence like this. And then painted wood 4. There we go. Yeah, and then fence here. I can move this back maybe a bit more. And a couple of oak trees or something. Same thing for that. Just move that back a bit more. And you know, we'll have these trees kind of surrounding, and that's kind of the town so far. You know, just whoops, sculpt it just like this, you know. It's like that. Not gonna be that thick. Let's see. Oh boy. I forgot. There we are. Forgot something quickly. Forgot to install that, but I'll do it tomorrow. Not really. I'm not going to bring in characters once I know the cast and everything, so And I can just replace it with different models, but yeah, that's coming together pretty well. Once, you know, we have everything we need. I'm only probably filming this area here. So, see how that works. And then it's kind of crazy that I have all the sets done. You know, I could just drop the characters in and do some animation. I don't know. I'm still, like I said, I'm only still writing the first draft. It takes a couple of times. But I'd just rather just build for the sake of building. That's looking pretty good. So I'll probably do a lot more. Like I said, stuff will be a lot more detailed like this. So I'll just imagine that with some people talking, conversing amongst themselves. Might blend a couple of. I did see some NPCs I might try out look into, like people in the background talking. Eventually, when I get started, but next town will be a lot more detailed, a little bit more scattered. I have an idea. I also have sound effects too that I found. I'm gonna work with that, but it's not too bad. I have a couple ideas how to approach it, but you know, so I'll do a bit more design work here. Probably, yeah, I'll change that. No, I think it's fine. Set dress, and then what I'll do is go to here, kind of build like a little loop of trees and everything to kind of hide the fact, you know, just kind of make it. You don't have to do too much, I guess. That's kind of like how I like to build. Put a lot more detail and stuff like this here. And then, yeah, next town. And then there's going to be, there's a couple ideas for a few more sets here. One thinking about something a little bit more dramatic in the landscape. Thinking, yeah, that would be kind of interesting to build, because for that I have like there's gonna be a hill with a single tree. The lighting will have a character stand on top of. There's gonna be like a silhouette. That's kind of like the idea for now. I might look, like I said, I might look at the mesh blend or something. But this is okay for now. Yeah, this isn't going to be like your what typical like desert setting or anything like that. This is I have a few ideas like how to approach it. So, like most of the settings gonna look like this, a lot of pine trees. Don't want to take people into a typical. I mean, it's something different from the typical Western setting, like desert and all that. Just something a little bit more out there. So, something like this. So the town nearby looks like that, you know, and a little bit farther down the line, you see a lot more like rocky, a lot more rocks, cliffs. A little bit more dramatic landscape. So it's just an idea I have, none of that, but there's also there's one set that I'm looking into. I gotta get like some beehives and all that. I have I'll have to find the picture and show you guys later on, like what I want to do. So something like this. This is what I want to try to replicate the lighting a little bit more. And then clouds. Then there's going to be a couple of VDBs I want to experiment with. And of course the card hates it, but what can you do? Don't worry, it's just, I'll get it out of there. But yeah, the card doesn't like it too much, but this is one of the sets here. I have an idea where a character kind of crosses this bridge. So that's what I like to build. Like, I don't want to do too much. I just want to do what's in front of the camera, what the camera will allow me to. So character crosses here. I might, yeah, probably add a couple more rocks and something around here, but it's kind of like one of the, it's just a rough idea I have. Aspect ratio would be 2.76. So it's a pretty wide what you normally get. This is kind of done on purpose. So, I mean, still working on the draft of the script. But I just wanted to kind of build a set to give me a rough idea. And not only that, but it helps me along with the script writing. So, actually, if I do a couple of rocks here, add a few more rocks up here and here, have a pretty good idea what to do. but it's kind of an unusual little western, but we'll see. We'll see what goes with it. But it's getting pretty late. Yeah, not a whole lot. Well, got something done out of it, but I'm just kind of playing a bit more. Kind of getting the layout of the town. Probably create a fence here. Got a fence. And then something like this, so pretty small, compact. Don't have an idea for characters what they look like yet, but once I begin casting and looking to casting later on, once I get a draft of the script I'm happy with, I'll kind of build off of it. But yeah, kind of like the final part, all this will look like something like this here. So yeah, a lot more fun detail. Then the next town I'm kind of planning. So anyway, not a whole lot done tonight, but if anyone has some questions, let me know.